Hello everyone, I'm Monisha Chaudhary and today I'm going to talk about the steps the ED took and the role it played in the PNB bank scam, which is one of the biggest scam in Indian banking history. It all started on 16th of January 2018 when associates of Diamond R US, Messrs Solar Exports and Messrs Stellar Diamonds owned by Nirav Modi approached Punjab National Bank with a request for a letter of undertaking to pay their overseas suppliers. The bank asked for a 100% cash margin to issue the letter of undertaking demanded, but the firms argued that the such LOUs had not been issued previously without any such guarantee. But the bank argued that such LOUs had been issued previously without any such bank guarantee. PNB became suspicious and began investigating their transaction history. On 29th of January 2018, Punjab National Bank filed its first police report against Nirav Modi, Mehul Choksi and their other relatives about learning about the fraud of 2.8 billion rupees in one of its Mumbai branches. On 5th February 2018, the ED and the CBI started their investigation in the PNB's alleged fraud. It was found that between 2011 and 2018, fraudulent letters of undertaking worth rupees 10,000 crores were issued by the bank. 8 LOUs were issued in the name of Nirav Modi without any mention in bank books so that he could get loans from different international banks. On 15th February 2018, the ED conducted a raid on Nirav Modi's residence and his showrooms at Mumbai, Surat and Delhi, seizing a cumulative rupees 56.74 billion worth of diamonds, gold and other precious jewelry. Another raid on 22nd February took place across 20 cities in India in which ED seized assets and properties of Nirav Modi. The ED also seized and auctioned luxury cars belonging to Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. 2 PNB employees, the CFO and the other senior executives of Nirav Modi's firm were detained. On 27th February, the magistrate court issued a bailable warrant against Nirav Modi. ED then filed its first charge sheet against Nirav Modi and 23 others for fraud of over 13,400 crores in May 2018. The charge sheet, which ran up to 12,000 pages, also mentioned the firms Diamond R US, Stellar Diamonds and Solar Exports as the LOUs were issued under the names of these firms. Investigations revealed that these dummy companies were used to make overseas payment in Hong Kong, the United States and Dubai in the form of imports and exports. It was also revealed that the directors and shareholders of these companies were dummies and fake employees were from the Firestar group of companies owned by Nirav Modi. These employees were obvious of the implications and were mechanically transferring goods and money under the direction of Nirav Modi and his trusted associates. The charge sheet further stated that the scam was not limited to dummy companies, but the exports and imports were also not legitimate. The jewelry was exported out of India, where they would dismantle the pearls and diamonds and melt the gold and silver, which were then imported back to India. The point of this whole unwarranted process was to raise capital for Indian companies, ultimately to better their credit score. All the funds required from the frauds were transferred to Indian and overseas accounts of dummy companies belonging to Nirav Modi. ED also filed a charge sheet against Geetanjali Gems, Jili India Limited and Nakshatra Brand Limited owned by Mehul Choksi. The charge sheet stated that Mehul Choksi's firm had committed a fraud of around 3,032 crores through the letter of undertaking and rupees 1,799 crores through foreign credits. It was also alleged that the funds obtained through illegal letter of undertakings were then siphoned off to overseas companies. The companies involved were Four Seas Diamonds Distributors Hong Kong, Shanghai Gong Sea Limited Hong Kong, Asian Diamond, Jewelry FZD, Gitanjali Ventures DMCC and Abbey Crest Thailand Limited. ED filed a second charge sheet against Nirav Modi in 2019 as it discovered new evidence. Another charge sheet was filed by ED against Preeti Choksi, wife of Mehul Choksi, as she was the ultimate beneficiary of the funds laundered concerning the PNB case. On 10th June 2020, ED brought back 108 consignments of precious metals and jewelry worth rupees 1350 crores which belonged to Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi from Hong Kong to India in connection to the scam. ED made multiple efforts to take charge of the consignment the accused sent from Dubai to Hong Kong as soon as they received the information. Under the Fugitive Offenders Act, the ED also bought 33 more such consignments and confiscated Nirav Modi's belongings worth 14,000 crores after the special court in Mumbai permitted them. On 19th March 2019, Nirav Modi was arrested and sent to London's Wandsworth jail where he is currently facing extradition proceedings. Similarly, Mehul Choksi is also facing an extradition trial in Antigua. Concerning the PNB scam, ED has attached assets worth rupees 7,664 crores in India and 4 other countries until last year. ED had also attached assets worth rupees 2,550 crores and 14.5 crores of Gitanjali Group of Companies and its MD Mehul Choksi. Now let's understand what ED is and what role it played in this case. The Directorate of Enforcement is the law enforcement and economic intelligence agency that comes under the jurisdiction of Ministry of Finance. The ED is responsible for enforcing financial laws and fighting financial crime in India. Along with investigating money laundering and fugitive economic offenders, the ED also investigates any FEMA and PMLA violations and oversees the implementation of the Foreign Exchange Management Act. In the PNB scam, ED played a vital role during the investigation in India as well as in foreign countries. Apart from conducting the investigation, collecting, producing and distributing the intelligence in the matter, the ED utilized its powers granted to it under the FEMA and PMLA to file a charge sheet in the matter. It also exercised its power to conduct an investigative survey, search, freeze and seize the property of the offenders, attaching assets worth rupees 7,000 crores from the accused and their associate companies. The ED also used its powers to search and examine the area as well as the properties records. It also made the necessary arrests, called witnessed and recorded their statements and evidence as per its power granted under PMLA. Not only this, but the ED also used its power given under the Fugitive Economic Offenders Act 2018. Since crime was worth more than rupees 100 crores, the ED collaborated with Indian and foreign governments in order to track down the arrest the guilty. In conclusion, we would like to mention that the ED played an integral part in investigating a scam which transcended borders. They were instrumental at every stage of the matter, right from discovering evidence and traces of the fraud to prosecution and charging of the accused parties. The matters relating to ED are highly complicated and require a team of experts who understand each and every applicable laws, procedures and requisites. Enterslice has a vast team of FEMA and PMLA experts who can assist you in your ED matters, guiding you throughout each stage and dealings with the ED. You can reach out to Enterslice in any matter related to ED by contacting us on the details as provided on the screen. Stay tuned for more such informative videos in our Enforcement Directorate series. That's all for this video. For any other concerns and questions, kindly email us at info@intelslice.com or call on the numbers mentioned over the screen. Do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.